Who is your future spouse as per Easy Tarot reading? We have four options over here. The first option is strength. Then we have the hermit. Seven of Pentacles. And a beautiful Knight of Cups. Just keep in mind the readings are going to be honest. Whatever the tarot is going to tell me, I'm going to let you know. Just as a disclaimer, even if it resonates 100% with you and you feel like you do not want this to be your future, it is still in your willpower that you can change your future. It's just a matter of affirmations. It's just a matter of law of attraction. It's just a matter of having a choice that I do not want this and I therefore manifest something else in my life. So, just in case if you do not like the reading, you can always opt for your willpower. You can always co create the things you desire, and this doesn't have to be something that is set in stone at all. In fact, if you have always been watching tarots, you are pretty aware of us saying that this is energy based reading and therefore energy can change. And how does energy change is not a magic or something, but how does our energy change is because of our choice. What we decide, what we choose, what we want. It starts from there. And of course, it's also our actions that determines our life or the reaction that we'll receive in our life. So, without further ado, let's get started. For those of you who have chosen pile number one, this is a very beautiful card that represents strength. We'll discuss the meaning of strength that applies to you in your particular life later on. But first, just to start, I have this feeling that you have dealt with a lot in your life, and everything that you have dealt with has just proven to everyone around, and you have proven this to yourself that you are stronger than you think you were, than you have ever given yourself credit for. And this is such a beautiful card for you. So almost I want to say you are beautiful, you are powerful, you are strong, and you have realized it by now. And that's a beautiful card. Congratulations if this resonates. Let's see, who is your future spouse? Your future spouse is someone financially independent. They might have multiple sources of income in their life, or the multiple sources of income might be something that they will have after marriage, because the Five of Pentacles is pretty much showing that they are doing. Oh, okay, I understood what is happening. So they are someone who is doing hard work. They might be doing job as well as they are doing something side by side. Maybe they are trying to create their own business. Maybe they are trying to do something related to their hobby. It could be social media as well. It could be blogging as well. They are or something related to business, sponsorship, or shoes. They might be someone who is interested in shoes or who is selling shoes, okay? And just because they are managing these two aspects of their life, that is, one is giving them financial stability that they need right now, and the other is giving them financial stability but not for the present time, not for the current time, but for future. They are securing their future in some way. I would even love to say that they are someone who is investing in some way. It could be real estate, it could be their own business, it could be mutual funds, it could be stock. I don't know what that is, but this is the reason they are going to be rich after marriage. But I'm not really sure when they are going to be rich. It could be after marriage, it could be before marriage, but this is where they are heading. They have this beautiful vision in their head and they are going forward with it. And for most of you who have chosen pile number one with the strength card, I am seeing that there is a similar goal that you also have. So if this is so, that is only representing that your future spouse and you have similar energy. That means you are manifesting someone who is like you and who would understand you as deeply as you understand yourself, and who would be with you as, and they would be as compassionate towards you as you are towards yourself. This is a gift. Five of Pentacles is a beautiful card when it comes to relationship. Reason being, if you know anything about traditional tarot, you might have seen that there are two people who look poor, who doesn't have proper dress, who doesn't have good health. One of the guy is um, also using. They look like handicapped, and then the other woman, she looked really old, and they both look starved. They definitely are going through a difficult time in their life. And what Five of Pentacles represent in terms of relationship is that this person is going to be with you throughout. Throughout, it doesn't matter whether you are going through happy times or sad. When they have decided they want you, they are going to be with you, and they have committed to you for all the ups and downs, and nothing is going to scare your future spouse away at all. Wonderful. Let's see. Who is your future spouse? Then we have Queen of Cups. Wonderful. And Knight of Pentacles. And this is the reason my angels has asked me to take a different deck instead of the French deck for your reading. These both energies are of male energy, and these both energy are of female energy, even though here this is Knight of Pentacles. If you are aware of tarot, you might be aware that Knight of Pentacles in traditional tarot is a man. So what this represents is there's a difference between both of you. Now, when I'm mentioning the gender, I'm giving the impression, I'm sensing that this is what angels are trying to say. Usually, gender based reading is not what angels ever talks to us about. Angels do not care what your gender is. Angels do not care what your preference is. You could be in a homosexual relationship. You could be in, this could be a male that I would be talking about in future, like right now, and this could be a female. So just keep this in mind when I'm saying that the female, I'm just saying female and male so that you can differentiate the energy. And I'm not saying it specifically because this is what angels are saying. Through my experience, angels have never given the difference between male and female. I have received a lot of times the energy of Queen of Cups for male and also King of Cups for female. So it it literally do not have anything related to the gender. But when I'm mentioning the gender, I'm just saying this so that you can differentiate between the partners. Okay, so one partner is struggling through financially right now, Is it their current energy? No. Just a moment. Let me take one more clarifier. Yeah, okay. So the clarifier card is Nine of Cups in reverse, which is saying once you are not single. That means when you are married. Okay, so the male, if they are struggling with their finance, it almost looks like their background has not been promising. They have not come from a privileged family. They had to start earning money from the scratch. They had to take care of themselves and their family. And this is the reason that they have researched a lot about what is money, how it works, what is the right thing to do, um, in order to save our future and stuff. And that's why this is the firm, level-headed planning that they are executing right now. And you guys, on the contrary, or the female, okay, their energy is a little bit different. With the Queen of Cups, I can see that someone has who had a different financial status as that of your future spouse, okay, and someone who has been loved, nourished, and someone who doesn't scare away from love, someone who is matured and is vulnerable and is not scared of being vulnerable, who understands whom to trust and whom not to trust. And therefore the job that they are doing, it's not taking a lot of efforts from this person, and they can also manage it very nicely, very smoothly. They have a very smooth life in terms of earning money. So both of you, if there is any difference, the difference is the status, financial status that you both come from. I wouldn't be surprised if this marriage is where you are doing a love marriage intercaste, or someone, like when I'm saying this energy, I can sense, I'm just channeling a YouTube channel that is in the name of the Can family. So if you know about the Can family, there's this guy whose name is Nick, I suppose, and the woman, I don't remember them. But both of them are from different background. Both of their language is different. Both of them, I have never thought that they would be someone who would end up getting married. So I don't know, this almost comes as an unexpected journey. If you already know this person, then you might be predicting that, okay, this is the person I'm going to marry. But if you do not know this person and this person is coming in your future, then definitely you are going to be confused, as in, and this love would be something really unexpected for you. Yeah, but I still see a very strong, independent energy from both of your side. Both of you have similar values, and that's the reason you both end up being together. You both value money. You both understand that, um, shopping or impulsive shopping is not right, and savings is something that you both prefer. So both of you have similar mindset in terms of money, especially. Yeah. And emotionally, both of you are strong. One person teaches other person how to be vulnerable, and other person teaches the first person to how to be how to have a tough skin. And you know okay, almost this person, the Five of Pentacles person, looks like they are pessimistic. So maybe how to expect the worst or how to be prepared for the worst. Yeah, that is the right words to say. So yes, here we go. This is your future spouse. Let's take some more cards, as in, how do they look? What is their physical appearance that you need to know? And when I'm going to say the physical appearance, let me just tell one more disclaimer, not to judge anyone by their looks. I know you all are matured enough and understanding that looks doesn't matter, but still, this disclaimer was important for me to say. This person has a unique face. They have a lot of marks around their face, not just their dimples, but um, something apart from that. They might have some scratch, some some other thing. I don't know, but their face is not smooth. They have something around their face. They have dimples. They have freckles. They might have acne. That is also a possibility. No matter what they do to get rid of them, they still occur in their face. Let's also see what their zodiac sign would be or what their birth date would be. I'm channeling one song with the name of ABCDEFGHI. Um, I love you still, and you know I always will till the end of time. I won't change my mind. Love you, I'll be there. I won't ever disappear. Said forever, I swear. So I'll be there. This is the personality of your future spouse. When they have decided that you are the one they want, when they have decided that they want to marry you, they are there for real. They are not someone who gets scared with anything at all. Though for some of you with the we in reverse, they might be someone. Okay, I'm getting two messages now. They might be someone who do not believe in Valentine's Day with the February card. I'll show you these cards. So we have February, okay, and ironically we have hearts around this February, and the we is in reverse. That is almost giving me the impression that maybe they don't believe in Valentine's Day, or for them every day is Valentine's Day. For them you are important every single day. They do not need a Valentine's Day or an anniversary to make it special. They believe that you are special and you will be special every day for them. You know what I mean? And other thing that I see from the we in reverse is maybe they are trying to say that they are not a virgin. I don't know if any one of you might be someone who believes or believed in staying, or having physical intimacy after marriage. This might not be the Your future spouse might not have waited for marriage. That is what I see. Okay, so this is the advice card. Okay, but let's see the future spouse's looks. Okay, so we have this card that does represent successful, fancy car, and rich. So this person, your future spouse, and you are headed towards richness. You are going to be financially abundant in any time soon. How you're going to meet your future spouse is through matrimonial site, or for some of you, you have decided that you want to get married, and some of your friends introduce you to someone. This could be that connection as well. And they might have perfect teeth. I know this doesn't look like something that looks important, but their smile would be something that would just mesmerize your heart in a way. Okay, so that's what I see from the perfect teeth card. They might have dimple or some other marks around their face, and they might be short, or you might be shorter than them, and they might be someone who wear specs and someone who might be interested in reading or learning. Especially if this is your future spouse, they are definitely someone who wants to learn and keep learning about life in general, especially about financial life. As for the advice from the angels, angels are asking you to accept the energy of being cool. So, right now with the strength card, what I see for you guys is you have a tough exterior. You come off as someone who is strong and who is intimidating to other people. I don't know whether you are aware of it, but that is what the strength actually represents, along with the swag card as an advice over here, which I would come to later. But the strength card is representing that other people think, or you want to show them that you are not someone to be messed with. You want to show that strength to the other, to everyone around you. And that is one of the reasons that obviously that has saved you for in numerous occasions, and that's the reason you want to keep continuing to, you know, to be like this, because this way nobody takes advantage of you. You know what I mean? And angels want you to continue being this, though angel also want you to loosen up, in your personal life. Loosen up a little and that you are accept your cooler side. Don't Not just your tougher side. Accept that once you are cool, once you are going out, once you are just enjoying your life, you feel good. Obviously, you are safe when you are tough, but when you're cool, you are happy. And angels want you to affirm to yourself, looking in the mirror, that I am cool and I am intimidating at the same time. So this is something that could happen. You know what I mean? And yeah, enjoy your life to the fullest, and also, you know, have a balance between the toughness and the coolness. So enjoy your life to the fullest and also be intimidating to other people so they wouldn't mess with you. So that type of energy, the mean girl energy. And I don't know why I said that, but the mean girls are someone who parties a lot in movies. Obviously, they parties a lot. They um yeah, I don't know. That's the only thing that I can see. But they are someone who enjoys their life to the fullest. They are someone who dresses their best. They feel a lot more confident every single day, um, and they would prefer it that way instead of, dressing comfortably. They would prefer to look their best all the time. They are someone who are good at social events, parties, and um, friendships and stuff like that. And yet they are intimidating to others. So there can be both at the same time. Obviously, this has kept you safe, and angels want you to continue that. And also, angels want you personally to be happy and loosen up a little. I hope this helps. File number one. Let me know in the comments down below how much it resonated. Let me also know how many of you are already in contact with your future spouse. That would be something interesting to know. Okay, see you later. Bye. For those of you who chose pile number 2, this is going to be a reading. I don't know why, maybe because this card represents Virgos, so maybe that's the reason I sense that you might be someone who is marrying a Virgo. And also, when I took this card, this deck, in the bottom of the deck we have the Pentacles, which is representing 100% your future spouse is an earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Who is your future spouse? Three of Pentacles along with Three of Wands. This might be someone who you know, who you knew, and there was a third party situation. This doesn't have to be. Now, some messages might resonate with you, other messages might resonate with someone else. If third party situation is not something that resonates with you, definitely the Three of Pentacles is representing mother, father, and the child. So, someone who is deeply rooted with their family, who deeply, deeply respects his or her own family. The Hermit and just a moment. Okay, so we have Hermit clarified by the Chariot. Okay. Um okay, right off the bat with the third party situation, Three of Wands and the Justice, I'm saying that most of you are in a twin flame journey. We have the Hermit here and the Hermit here, which is saying that you both are mirroring, you both are same, you both are almost one, but also two different people. You both are like, I don't know how can I say this. It's like you both are the hermit, but still you both are different. You both look different. You both feel different. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. So it's like even though you are same internally, like from your soul or emotionally, you both are still different in terms of maybe values, opinion, likes and dislikes. So that's what the card represents. And the justice is giving me a strong vibes of twin flame. Some of you are tarot readers, so I suppose you are understanding what I'm saying. With the Three of Pentacles, okay, Three of Pentacles, Three of Wands. Okay, let me tell you. Three of Pentacles is representing the third party situation. Three of Wands is representing, you know, moving on from something and having a new fresh start and having an open, the sky is the limit type of an energy. And it is open-mindedness basically, but also this literally represents open ground, you know what I mean? So in a way you do not know what the future holds, and that's completely okay because nobody actually knows what the future holds, even if we are connected to the angels, even if we are you know listening to the tarot, even if we know that this is what tarot has said, this will happen, but still we do not clearly understand or clearly feel what the future is going to be like, and the Three of Wands is literally representing that you would have hopefulness and hopelessness at the same time. You would have this positive and negative laying right in front of you or ahead of you in future, and something that you have never done before, and a new decision that you have made, you or your future spouse, you both have made, that is giving strength to both of you. Because if you know what is Two of Wands in tarot, you know that one person is, holding two wands and then deciding which wand is best for his world, for him. And with the Three of Pentacles here, I can clearly imagine one person thinking, thinking deeply with the Hermit, who is the right person for them. And once they have decided, see, there's nothing called, erasing the past or not thinking about past anymore or just moving on completely from the past, or, clearing out the mistake and not going back to it or something like that. There's nothing that clears the slate literally. And that's why this Three of Wands card over here is such a prominent, such a strong energy, because once the two wands were there, and once there was a little bit of juggling, that is being with you and being with them at the same time, or trying to understand who is right for them, you know clearing their mistakes is not about picking both of these wands and throwing them out. That can literally not happen in real life. But clearing the mistake represents building a new wand, the third wand, and deciding from here on, I just want to go further. And even if this leads to, if you know what wands leads to 10 of wands, and 10 of wands is the toughest time period. It's hardest, um, hard work. It represents hard work. It represents tiring. It also represents a phase of life right before burning out. And this person, whoever this person was in the past, who has decided, who was doing the third party scenario, or maybe this was both of you, I don't know. You both come to the conclusion that even if the worst out of worst comes in my life, even if this is tough situation, and some of you are someone who swears a lot. That is also one of the energy I received just now. Even if some situation will be really, really tough, I am still all in. I have decided this is what I want. That's the energy. That's the determination. And that's what you are going to do in the future. And right now, what is going on in both of your lives is you both are in the hermit mode. And I know I told you earlier before this reading that if Three of Pentacles doesn't represent third party situation, if it represents something else, I know I interpreted it in a different way as well. But strong messages I'm receiving is for the third party situation itself. I can't help but think that this might be a twin flame connection. Even if it is not a twin flame connection, this is still a strong and prominent connection in your life. And if it's so not resonating with you, if there's some part of you that still wants to see the whole video, you are welcomed. Okay, you can go through this. Okay, no problem in that. But if it's still it's not resonating with you, you can opt for some other pile. I would suggest that. Okay. But yeah, what is going on in both of your lives is you both are going through this deep phase of questioning things. You are angry at life. You do not understand. You are devastated. You want to question, why am I alive? What's the point of all this? Why was this situationship, you know, such a dead end? Why didn't it work out? Why is my financial life like this? Why am I not able to manifest what I want? What is happening? And why did God and angel put me in this situation in the first place? What do they want from me? What are the lessons that is here? And what am I not seeing? There's a part of you that do not want to see or go back in the past, and there's this part of you that is still going to the past. And you are angry, agitated, and you don't understand what to do about it. And there's this deep questioning phase that you both are going through. You both are naturally going through this. What you're doing unconsciously is figuring out answer to the questions that you have in your head. And even if you think that you're just having questions and that questions are not being answered, trust me, the questions will be answered. It's you who will help yourself out from this mess. And I won't be surprised if you're going through a phase of life where you are just wanting to sit at home, not communicate with your friends, not go out at all. There's the outings is really rare. Mm. And even if there is outings or you are going out, there is this sense of I want to distract myself from all these questions that is going on in my head. I cannot tolerate this. Trust me, this energy is really weighing me. It's not weighing me down. It's almost like a tornado. It's revolving around and really, really quickly. It doesn't look like it's coming to an end. And both of you, if you have to come into a reunion, you both have a big compromise to make. And I was about to say, about, like, I was about to say a swear word. So again, that might be your energy, your person's energy. You are a better judge of it. You are someone who is aware who this represents. Why this questioning sessions is making you mad is because all of the future thoughts that you have is ultimately leading you to a dead end or towards a very very bad ending, very unhappy ending. Like I said, in terms of three of wands, three the wands energy, if you are aware, pentacles and cups energy is something that leads towards abundance, emotional happiness, emotional fulfillment. Whereas the wand energy leads towards the ten of wands that literally represents hard work, the weighing, the heaviness. It there's no let me be straightforward with you. This is what angels are also saying to you. Angels are saying there's only one type of ending and you are aware of it. And why it's maddening you is because you do not want to accept it and you want a different scenario. And I completely understand. We do deserve a different scenario. We do deserve someone who makes us happy, who makes life smooth. But there's this heart of yours. The heart wants what it wants, right? That might be your channel song. There's this heart of yours that still desires. Even if you have the toughest time with your person, you still desire this person. So your heart literally do not care about things being tough, about being hurt. And that is not the sign of weakness if you were thinking like that. That, on the contrary, is the sign of strength. Love is abundant. What you feel for this person is love. I know I might not be convincing you right now, but this is the messages angels are saying. Just keep going. You were logical till this point of time, and angels are asking you to think things through. You were doing that already, and angels are encouraging you to go further with it. You are like angels are saying that you are on the right path. And also with the 111, this is what I see with the wands energy, which is like you might be seeing 111 or 33, okay, or any type of mirror numbers, because if you know, this is like literally showing the mirror. Obviously, number wise, this is not numbers that is mirroring, but image wise, this is mirroring. And ironically, here we are with this cards as well. With here, justice is number 11, and in this deck, strength is number 11. I want to show you this. XIX mirroring energy. You might be seeing a lot of mirroring numbers, mirroring images. It doesn't matter. And for one of you, the compromise definitely is about trying to forgive this person and having that hurt in your heart, and you know still living with this person, you know what I mean. And that hurt is something that was a shocker, that the third party situation even happened. I think the other person, whoever is, okay, someone just didn't expect this third party situation to happen, because I'm sensing this energy of Rachel telling to Ross that I didn't expect you would do that to me, and I thought that you would never do such things. So this is what I'm sensing from this Three of Pentacles. So the hard work that it is leading to is, having that hurt in your heart and still being with this person. And whereas for the other person, trying to gain your trust, trying to gain your heart again, trying to win your heart again. And there's one more energy. Let me tune into it. There's this desire of this person that they want you to understand why they did what they did, but also they cannot convey it to you, because no matter what they say, it's not going to, make you understand, or it's not going to justify them, and it shouldn't justify them, and they know that. But there's this part of them that wants you to understand where they were coming from back then, presuming that you are the one who have seen this person double dating. But there's this huge compromise that this person would be doing. There's one more energy that I cannot literally tune into. There's something more apart from this. But yeah, but they are determined for the worst too. When you're coming back into a reunion, it's going to be tough, it's going to be hard, but this is what you have decided you both want. Okay? And whatever I'm saying, this is not just one person's energy, unfortunately and fortunately at the same time, because this is something that you both come into the conclusion of, that this is going to be tough, this is not something that's going to be easy, but this is what I want. You both come into this decision because you both are mirroring each other very, very strongly, very heavily. And with the Chariot, you both decide and then you both go for it. You both come together and you are constantly asking your angels to help you, to guide you, to protect you and your relationship. There's this, like, once you do come into reunion, you don't forget angels, you know what I mean? You still ask angels for the guidance as much as you can. And it's really, really tough for you to manage this relationship. And there would be some tough times that you would see after coming into the reunion, but that's only for good, because that's something that has made you come into this reunion in the first place. They might be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But let's see what cards shows as what their signs might be, or their birth date, or their name, initial, whatever is coming out. I'm hearing this song, channel song. I don't know. I cannot make out the words. I want nobody but you. That's the song's lyrics, but what the title of the song is literally something that I'm not wrapping my head around yet. I don't remember it. Okay. Now the numbers that I'm representing might be their age, their significant person's age, their birth date, or their life path number. They might be an Aries, 5, 7, 13, H as in helicopter, and 19 as in the number. We have February month, that might be their birth date or a significant date in your life when you have maybe celebrated something or maybe you met them for the first time. They might have gray eyes. They might be someone whom you know because of your mutual friends. There are a lot of strong energies coming from the um, first pile itself, so you can check that out as well. They are someone who is holding a mic, so I think maybe they are singer or something like that. But I see a mic. I don't know why. Let me know in the comments, why do I see a mic? You are going to arrange a meeting with this person anytime that you decide you want this person, and this is going to happen two ways. It doesn't matter who is going to approach whom, but once you decide, is the exact same time that they are deciding to come back to. long nose. This might be their physical appearance. Short hair. Party. You might have met through a party, or you like to go to a lot of parties. Beautiful smile. So you both complement each other's smile, or you both love that the other person is happy. That's what I see, which is such a pretty energy. Brown or wheatish skin. And I'm also sensing a fair skin tone. I hear that song again and again, which is like, I want nobody, nobody but you, you, you. I don't know why. I don't know why. We will have twins, a girl and a boy. So this person is thinking about marriage. They, if not now, they would be thinking about marriage in the future. They would be thinking about having a family and having pets, having babies, and they are someone who would love to have a boy and a girl with you. They are grateful to have you in your life. Thank you. They thank your soul, they thank your higher self every day. Whatever you say, honey, it's mostly masculine energy telling to the feminine energy is whatever you want, whatever you say, we are doing it. Okay? With the closure in reverse, this is the card that is closure. Let me show you. This is the card that represents closure, but this is in reverse. And this is giving me the energy that angels are encouraging you not to look for closure, not to look to move on, not to rush the moving on process, not to try to let go, but instead go back in your thoughts and face self. This is what I was about to say, but this is the card that did come out at the very same time. This is the advice from angels. The angels are saying, you know, face yourself, see what you have done in the past, see what they have done in the past. And I know that you are repeating the thoughts in your mind, but this is a crucial thing that you learn some lessons. There are some lessons that you have not learned it yet. There are some parts of your part of your past that you have not seen yet from the eyes that the angels are wanting you to see from a third person's perspective. Yes, this card is present, but this is in reverse. So this is saying that angels are encouraging you to go back to the past. This is the advice, and only take it if you are okay with it. Only accept this advice if you want to. Okay, because for some of you, you are taking this advice really heavily. You are you do not feel comfortable listening to this advice, so let it go. Okay, angels never want you to be stressed out, and if there are people who are understanding, what angels want is you to understand why you are thinking back to your past, instead of forcing yourself to be in the present. Angels are trying to make you understand that this was supposed to happen and it's okay. That's what angels are trying to say. They are not forcing you to go back to the past. You are naturally going back to the past any which ways, and angels are asking you not to be worried about it. That's the energy. And solo in reverse. For some of you, angels are asking you to be in a relationship It could be in a relationship with them if they have, approached you, or it could be in a relationship with someone else, or it could be to be with someone. It doesn't matter with whom. Be with friends, hang out. Um, but yeah, don't be alone. You don't have to be alone. Or maybe angels are saying, you know what, I am with you. You are not alone. Yeah, that sounds more like it, to be very honest. Angels are saying, I am with you. You are not alone. We are with you. Not just one angel is with you, but a lot of angels are with you. Okay. So this was it for pile number 2. I hope this has helped. Let me know in the comments down below whether this resonated and how much it resonated. Also, I would be pleased to understand who is in the twin flame journey over here. Okay, thank you. Bye. Now I'm just clearing out these cards. And for those of you who is still here, this person might have specs. This person might also have tattoo. I don't know why I heard that. This person might be short, or you might be shorter to them, and this person might have dimple or dimples. So this was it for pile number 2. I hope it helps. Namaste. Bye. For those of you who have chosen pile number 3 with the 7 of Pentacles, this is going to be a reading. Um, One thing I wanted to share with you is you might be someone who is looking at a lot of angel numbers, especially 11 and 13 is a significant number for you. 13 and 15. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sensing that energy 15. And I also sensed 17, 19, odd numbers, about 11. That might be something significant for you, or maybe it might be something that is your birth date or something, or your angel numbers. That is completely up to you. And if it doesn't resonate, let it go, because this is a specific message, and this might have already been received to someone who needed it. Okay. The 7 of Pentacles represents waiting. Waiting for something good. Waiting for something better. Waiting for something amazing. Okay. In other words, not settling down, or not accepting something that is not up to your standards. You know, let me rephrase it. The standards word doesn't sound very right. Not accepting something that does not serve you well, or not accepting something that doesn't make you happy, but waiting instead for something that will make you happy, irrespective of how much time it takes. I'm sensing that this is your current energy. Congratulations. I love this energy. I would be very happy to know that this is your current energy. Let me know in the comments down below, guys. Because this is a really beautiful energy. Okay, who is your future spouse? Well, your future spouse might be a Harry Potter fan. Okay, have been some cards that I sensed that these are important, but I'm not sure. And the cards are Temperance and the King of Swords. So I don't know, some type of motherly energy is what I'm sensing right now. And yeah, King of Swords was an important card. I have that feeling. I don't know why. Because there's Queen of Swords that did come out. So yeah, let me see. Okay. This is nice. Let me shuffle these cards once again and see if there are any other cards that wants to come out, and then we'll begin. Okay, your decision is very important. So if you were thinking, if you were hopeless that you are going to be married or um, to someone who wouldn't make you happy, or you are going to, you know, be married when you're not ready, if you have commitment issues or anything, if this happy marriage is stressing you out in any which ways, then you are someone who has not decided yet who you want or whether you want anyone or not. Be completely honest with yourself. This is the suggestion from my side, because that is something that helps us go a long way. This card was upright. This is Ace of Wands. Oh my god. I do sense to take these cards, guys. I can't help it. This is not something that has happened to any of the piles so far. There were only 4 cards. I hope the reading is not too lengthy though. Let's see. Let me just check whether there are any cards that was flipped, and if that was flipped, that's supposed to come out. Yes, there's someone. 3 of Pentacles. Oh my god. So I have this weird feeling that every cards that I'm doing today is kind of interrelated. Maybe all of you are from similar soul family. Okay, irrespective, we are going to interpret your cards. And if you have seen other pile of mine, you have known what I have interpreted this 5 of Pentacles as. But this time the energy is completely different, and you are going to know why. Okay. So angels are not just telling me maybe you have watched, I don't know, every cards looks very interrelated. If you have watched The Hermit, I won't be surprised. If you wanted to watch The Hermit or all 3 of the cards so far, then I won't be surprised either. Okay. But yeah, there's a little bit different energy here. So, okay, the reason you are confused and hopeless that you would ever receive any good relationship is because there was this pattern of relationship that you have experienced. If, for example, someone has cheated on you or someone has double dated and you have not moved on from it yet, the second boyfriend of yours, just an example, the second boyfriend of yours has also done the same. The third boyfriend has also done the same. The fourth has also done the same. And you do not understand what you are doing wrong because it's nothing that you have done wrong. But there's this sense of feeling that you have saying that maybe it's just what I deserve. Maybe it's in my karma that I'm supposed to only have these type of relationships in my life. So that's a really heavy energy that I'm sensing. And not just that, there was some, oh my god. Okay, there's this, see, I play a lot of games online, and I saw this advertisement of a game. And the advertisement is of the phone game was that there's this girl who, who has not waxed her eyes, who has not been, who's wearing her pajamas, and there's her husband who is cheating on someone else. And when the wife confronts to the husband saying that, whoa, what are you doing? The husband is like, oh, well, you have understood that I am, dating her and having an affair with her. So why don't we divorce? That's literally the energy I'm sensing with this one, which is like, you might have confronted them, and they, instead of making it up to you, has left you out on cold. It literally made you feel that way. The heart wants what it wants. Just a moment. There's this song written by Selena Gomez. I think this is Heart Wants What It Wants, where she says that you have left me in cold. The bed feels cold, or something like that. That expression is coming in my head right now. And if you are someone who is interested in psychology, you know that the feeling is real. It doesn't matter whether you are interested in psychology or not, but you know that this feeling is real. The feeling of coldness, the feeling of, you know, there was this research conducted by some psychologists, as the temperature of the body was being tested, and it it literally, I don't know, there was this TED. I hope that I can find that TED talk again, because that's such a beautiful one and everyone deserves to know that. Okay. But the feeling that our body naturally thinks that the temperature is low, and then our blood pressure gets low or something. But physical changes actually occurs when we are going through an emotional painful journey. So this is like a real thing, like in literal way, not just feelings wise. But yeah, your heart was broken because of that. I'm so sorry to know that, dear. But angels are telling you the new one is a new one. Okay. I don't like to be gender specific usually, but I don't know why, but I'm sensing that the girl was being cheated by a boy. Okay. And if the gender doesn't resonate with you, just take what resonates. Okay. This is just my interpretation. This is not what angels have said, any which ways. Um, and this wand is making me, you know, think of something else. Think of 18 plus message, you know. And what I'm sensing with that energy with this Ace of Wands is the girl now thinks that every guy in the world is like that, is someone who gives preference to maybe physicality, or someone who just, double dates all the time. Or even if not all guys are like that, maybe I'll end up like, I'll always end up being with someone like that. I don't know. This is the thought that I'm sensing for you guys. But there's this major transformation that is about to happen in your personal life. And when I'm saying personal life, I'm saying inner life, which is like, um, you know, your mentality is going to shift, your perception is going to shift, and you are going to come out stronger. From Two of Swords, you're not just going to eight. sorry, um, towards Ten of Swords, but you are bypassing the Ten of Swords and you are reaching Queen of Swords. Okay, so and also this Queen of Sword and Queen of Wands energy is also telling me that this is the girl's energy, female energy. I don't know. I'm literally sensing the gender based energy over here. But then again, take what resonates. It might be a lesbian energy as well because again, there are two queens. Doesn't have to be, obviously. Someone might be bi as well. I'm sensing that with the Three of Pentacles, especially. Okay. Guys, before going through this major transformation reading, I just had this one message that I want to share with you, and that might be a triggering message for a lot of you. So, if you do not want to listen to it, take out your earphones. I'll give you a thumbs up. You can put your earphones once again. Okay, take out your earphones right now for those of you who do not want to, listen to the triggering message. With the baby over here, it's making me feel like some of you have had experienced or seen someone experience childhood abuse. It could be sexual abuse as well. And that's why there's something in your heart that you cannot move on from. And I don't know, I was just thinking that there are certain things that we cannot move on from at all, and this is one of the things. I don't know. If you can, I would love to. I would love for you to move on from a certain type of pains because I I am also a woman. I don't want to get deep into that, but it's been a while that I've experienced some things and then I haven't moved on. So I think that I cannot move on from it throughout the life. So I'm not saying it to you. I'm just saying this is my belief that maybe we just cannot move on from this pain for the rest of our life. I don't know. But definitely, I wish and pray that you can. Okay. This was uncomfortable and heavy for me too. Okay, let me just, wait for other people who might have muted this energy. Oh God. Okay. So, with the Two of Sword, okay, and the moon over here, you were in dark. You were having deep emotional turmoil with all the ocean in the background. You were confused as in what is right, what is wrong, who you are, who you deserve, and whether you can ever get what you deserve. And you are blinded and you literally see nothing. You see no hope. You see no escape. You see that you are going to be in this rut for the rest of your life. That's what you think this is going to be like. But the transformation period that you're going to have in your life, it's a beautiful one with the Queen of Swords. This represents that there would be a sense of clarity that you'll have. Maybe the clarity of, yes, sure, the other person has done that in past, and a lot of people have done that in my past. That is, they have been disloyal and they have cheated on me, but that doesn't mean that I deserve it, and I'm not going to take it anymore in my future. And that's my clarity. For every one of you, you are going to have different types of clarity. This is just an example that I have given you. Again, continuing with the example, I am clear that I'm going to cut off all the people who show any type of small red flags that they are a cheater, I'm not going to even take any type of jokes from them, as in joking about having a different partner or something, or joking about having a threesome or something. I'm not going to take that. I know what I want and I'm going for it. I do not care how many people I cut off. I do not care how many people whether I'm single for the rest of my life. But if I want a loyal person, an honest person, I am someone who deserves it, and I'm only going to settle myself till the time that I get that person. Till the time I do not get or meet such person in my life, I am going to wait. Seven of Pentacles. This is such a strong energy. Wonderful. I'm so happy for you guys. Congratulations. I'm really, really happy for you guys. And you have this not just clarity in your head. Wow. I mean, you have this dominant energy. You know what I mean? You know what you want. And you are going to be clear cut about it through to your person, whoever you are going to date next. And this is strong. And if you have ever seen Steve Harvey's video, I don't know this was something that Steve Harvey has said or not, but if a person truly loves you, they will always give you what you want, give you what makes you happy. And there's a catch, which what I'm saying. Some guys also give you what you want and give you what you need to till the time that they get what they want. So it's not like, um, but your intuition will tell you who is the right person for you. Okay. So later on in your life, once you do have this major transformation in your life, and I do sense that this is already started for for a lot of you, or for every one of you. I'm literally sense that this is your present energy. Okay, this might be the angel's reminder. This is where you were and this is where you are now. And that's why angels are trying to give you the strength that you deserve. Let me rephrase it. Angels are trying to reward you for the strength that you have acquired. Yes, that sounds much more like it. Okay, so there comes a person. I want to say there comes a boy. Again, gender is completely up to you. There comes a person in your life who you do have emotional connection with, who you do have a lot of talk to. You do talk to them, you do conversation, you do have this beautiful conversations. They, with the water in the background, they are someone who is emotionally transparent. In other words, they are honest, they are vulnerable, they do not have anything to hide. If you have seen Victorious, the character of Beck is something that I can see from this card. They are someone who might come off as immature, who might come off as someone who likes to joke about things here and there, um, and who is just lighthearted in general, but they have nothing to hide from you. Or maybe this is their personality in general. They do not have anything to hide from anyone. And this is what you deserve. You deserve an honest person. um, there comes a time in your relationship after months that you do either sense that you both are soulmates, or B, you share about your childhood experience with them, or they share about their childhood experiences with you. And when a relationship is deep enough that we are sharing about our childhood experiences, this is something real, and we all know it. We do not talk about our childhood experiences or our vulnerability to anyone who we do not trust. We only share it with our best friends or Well, depending on person to person, but yeah, you both do come into that phase where you are having deep conversation, not just conversation on a regular basis, but something, it's conversation about something that is really close to your heart. And later on, there comes this side of yours that is completely helping you be in alignment with the gift that you deserve. So the side of you emerges from you that is testing the other person. Let me see what they do if the scenarios are like this. So you create scenarios or you talk about certain scenarios, but you test whether the person is right for you. I'm sensing the Scorpio energy. I don't know why. Maybe you have Scorpio placements. But yeah, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Jupiter. I don't know. I also sense Jupiter, Pluto. Maybe your Scorpio and Sagittarius is around Jupiter and Pluto. Or some of your air sign is in that placements. But yeah, you are going to create scenarios, create fake dramas, but just to see what they are going to react as. And when you know that they do not let go of you, they still are with you. Yes, they are disturbed, but they are not going anywhere. That's when you relax. That's when you understand truly that this is the right person. This is the person that you deserve. This is the person that you deserved all along. And the books are going to help you do it. Books, self-help books, um, studies, or learning some new things, or your brain, your mind, or understanding of the snakes, which is like understanding of your devil, that is the temptations, the attachment and temptations actually comes from the devil. That the thing that I'll tell you what, the third party situation is not something that we understand all of a sudden, to be very honest. We do see the signs right from the beginning, but we ignore the red flags. We ignore our intuition, and then we see the third party from our eyes. So the third party, so there's something about us that makes us stay in the relationship even though there were a lot of red flags in the first place. And that side of us is attachment. That side of us is temptation, the temptation of marrying, the temptation of, it could be a good temptation as well, good goals, but um, I don't know, there's this slight, a little thin line difference between it being temptation and it being a goal. But yeah, understanding your own temptation and desires and the devil, and also understanding how people can be snakes at some point of time, how some people can be someone who they do not show themselves to be, they can be fake. In other words, your experiences and the books and your personality development with these cards is going to make you manifest this beautiful relationship that you deserved all along. This is your future spouse. I mean, this is such a beautiful energy. I almost want to say, this is your future spouse, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. Okay. I'll protect you. This could be an energy of your future spouse that they are protective about you. And this could be, and also this is irrespective of gender, okay? And also, this could be the energy of angels, that angels are protecting you. OMG, she's looking. Should I smile? Giving me the vibes of someone having crush on someone. So maybe your future spouse had a crush on you before, and then you both went for a relationship. You took your time. You took your time. That's for sure. Whatever you say, honey, which is like your opinion is very important. Once you know, trust me, once you know who you are, what you want, the game is going to change really quickly. You're different in reverse. I don't know what this means. What I'm sensing is you're different. You're not different from my ideal person, the person that I've imagined myself to be with. And this is your energy. Like you are the person that I've dreamed of. You're exactly who I wanted you to be. That's the energy I'm sensing. Let me see what these cards has to say. These are actually the 18 plus cards that I've made. I don't know why my angels are asking me to strategy. Your strength is your strategy, your thoughts, your mind, your plan, your testing of the other person. That is your strength. Use your strength. Your strength is always going to be handy, you know. Temptation. If you were thinking, I don't know, I just, I'm sensing this energy right now. With the temptation over here, if you were thinking that, oh my God, having the temptation is what made me go for this relationship. And if you're having any kind of negative self talk right now, angels, right now, in this time itself, angels are trying to say it's okay to have temptations. There's nothing wrong to have temptation. Temptations is right, and everyone has that. Okay. So, the main motive of me to say that energy, now I feel bad, guys. I didn't wanted to say that energy, say about that energy because all I wanted to say was your experiences is going to help you in the future and you are going to learn to control your temptation in the future. That's what I wanted to say, but then this card is giving me the impression that some of you has taken it really in a wrong way, as if I was in no way shape or form saying that it was your fault. Okay, this is something like we all are human, right? And humans do have every kind of emotions, including temptations. So this is not your fault. This is something that happens. It's totally understandable. Okay. Also, angels want you to have a beautiful conversation with yourself, which is positive talk with yourself. Be compassionate to yourselves. Okay. It's natural. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm sensing this energy. Take away your things and go. Again, Selena Gomez energy. Empress. In this card, this represents express yourself, express your dreams and desire, express your dreams of having a marriage and a future. But it is in reverse. So initially, while having the conversation with your future spouse, you are not going to express yourself, and also that is going to help you out in a big way. Whatever you are, whoever you are, whatever you're doing, that is all right. Okay, let's see what your future spouse's signs are going to be like. Their signs, their initials, birth date, birth month, anything that angels want us to know. 888 angel number is something that you would be seeing when you are nearing your future spouse or when you are in alignment with your future spouse. Sometimes when we are in alignment with our future spouse, they do not come into manifestation really quickly. Sometimes it still takes time. Okay, I'll take all of these cards. 222 angel number might be something that is important for you. And in the bottom of the deck, we have 23. So maybe some of you are turning from 22 to 23. 5. Oh, it's a G. We have the letter G. We have the number 9. The 9 number could be your or your future spouse's numerology number or birth date number or anything that is that you know that is representing you. Okay, we have 8, 12, you, and you as an umbrella, not as a phonetic, but something related to umbrella is important in your life. I don't know why. This is a strange energy, but some of you are going to meet when there's going to be rain or something like that. That is also something that it might represent. W, August, Scorpio, or they might not be Scorpio, you might be Scorpio, or the Scorpio placement as I said earlier. And 11, 111 angel number. Let's see what your future spouse is going to look like, and if there are any cards that is going to show us how you are going to meet your future spouse. Let's also see that your future spouse might have piercings, mesmerizing eyes. It's going to be really hard for you for, trying not to show them that you are in love with them, because you are. When you do meet them, you are in love with them, but then you have decided that you are not going to trust anyone up until the point that they have gained your trust. And there's this side of your heart that will just be wanting to just go for it, wanting to just trust this person and then give everything to them. But there's this part of your mind that has not yet, is not yet convinced that this is the person. And for some while, you are going to be completely lost in their eyes, and then you are going to feel sick after that. A little bit of guilt, as in, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't feel so much for this stranger. I shouldn't, I should wait for the right time or something like that. They might have short, stubbed nose, brown or wheatish skin, cute hair, cute looking straight hair. Okay, and they might be tall. Now, someone is short. I don't know, but they are tall. I don't know. You can, or maybe both of you are tall, because short is in the bottom of the deck for these cards. Okay. We have specs. They might be someone who would be wearing spectacles. They might be someone who is not into fashion and therefore wearing a lot of baggy clothes, something that would be making them feel comfortable. They have mesmerizing eyes, as I said earlier. Mustache, dark hair, or they might have dyed their hair dark. Modern clothes, chubby, and traditional clothes. So they are chubby, they are cute, they have this mesmerizing eyes, and they are really, really strongly attractive for you. Okay, so this was your reading. I hope it helped. Let me know in the comments down below how much it resonated, especially whether you were helped with the temptation card, because this is really like something that has never happened in my tarot reading sessions before. The real time advice, you know, because of the card's interpretation. Okay. Yeah, that was it. Let me know what placement of Scorpio you have if you're feeling comfortable. Because I'm the person who would, you know, who would rather hide my placements of the astrology, because I believe that if someone is good in astrology, they might be able to understand or something like that. So, if you're okay or comfortable, let me know what placement do you have, and if not, let me know if there is any placement of Scorpio in your astrology. Okay, like because that's something that did come out really strongly. I'm really curious whether that has resonated with anyone yet. Okay, okay. Thank you for watching the video. Namaste. Bye. For personal reading, you can contact me on the email ID given in the description. Bye. So, those of you who have chosen pile number 4 with the Knight of Cups, this is going to be a reading. So, right off the bat, I have two messages for you. Something related to your destiny. So, maybe you have just discovered what your destiny is about, and you are being heavily protected and guided by your guardian angels right now, because I have a feeling that you are fulfilling your destiny, pile number 4, and therefore your guardian angels are also here to support you and help you as much as they can. The second message is someone is watching you. Maybe this could be a human, but the specific vision that I've received is someone with a dragon eye is watching you. So what I see is you are not just protected by angels or angelic realm, you are also protected by fairies and dragons and um, every creature that is high vibrational energy. Maybe one of your destiny. Okay, it could be either to listen to this reading. Okay, you have no idea how impactful every single step of ours become when we are following our destiny, and this is the reason we see most of the times the number 1111 as an angel number, or for some of you, you might be seeing angel number 555. Hmm. So, yes, either listening to this video is connected to your destiny, or B, um, meeting your future spouse is going to be a major step, uh, as per either fulfilling your destiny, or you are going to fulfill a big part of your destiny after your marriage. Either this could be the scenario, or you are going to fulfill your destiny by marrying your future spouse. Your reunion is destiny within itself. And when I'm saying these messages, I my eyes fell upon this idol of Radha Krishna. And if you're aware of this, this is the idol that represents um, soulmate or twin flame kind of a connection. Um, yeah, so this is what I'm seeing. Let's continue with who is your future spouse. And we'll be taking the name, initials, and how you're going to meet, what is their physical attributes, physical personality by the end of this reading. Okay, we have Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Sword, Four of Swords in reverse, Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles do suggest two messages, that is, involvement of three people. And in terms of marriage, it has a different meaning. And also in terms of relationship, or sometimes also in terms of marriage, it has two meanings. The first meaning is there would be a third party situation involved, which I'm seriously not sensing this energy because this is the last card over here. And also, the Four of Sword is in reverse. Okay, so maybe the third party sorry, third party situation was involved in your past with the same person. Maybe your reunion, maybe there's a reunion happening with the same person that has, you know, from which there was a third party situation involved. Or the second thing that I see from the Three of Pentacles, three-person involved, I said earlier, mother, father, and the baby. Okay, if you are in a homosexual relationship, then it literally means parents and the baby. So maybe you have been living in together. Maybe you were in a living relationship at first and you didn't name this marriage or name this relationship at all. You were still in an open relationship, kind of. You were still single for the world. And later on, there was some person who became pregnant, or you adopted a child, or you wanted to adopt a child, and then there something shifted in your heart, in both of your hearts and both of your decisions, and there's this feeling of, you know what, I am really, really happy to be with you, and I don't see any reason to why I shouldn't be marrying you right now. And the feelings of being single or keeping it casual or being in a living relationship, that has gone, that has been away. And all you think about right now is having a family. And there's this sense of we can be family once we are married. This would be stronger once we are married. Hmm. This could also mean that one of you, um, you both were in relationship before, and this relationship was not official, or you were not even thinking about marriage yet. But later on, you end up having physical acts, and therefore there's this Ace of Swords that represents having a baby in your stomach, yours or your partner's. And that's how you decide to get married. And this marriage is not a forceful marriage. This marriage is not because, oh, I have to take the responsibility of the child. This is not that feeling that I'm receiving. On the contrary, you both are open, you both are okay to, you know, there's no stress involved. You know what I mean? There's no stress, there's no feeling of I have to, there's no burden. But there's this happiness, there's this smoothness when marrying each other. And if you have seen others of my pile, I have mentioned the Can family before, and I would like to mention it right now as well. The Can family has a similar type of love story. I do not remember what their love story was, but eventually they end up getting married when the girl was already pregnant 3 months or more. She had this bump in her belly, and that's when they both marry each other. So this is the scenario I'm receiving from the Three of Pentacles. And feelings wise, you are going to feel like Rachel and Ross. You're not going to force each other to marry just because you are having this baby, but you are naturally going to feel the desire to marry each other. And this is going to be really a happy deal. And if I could tell you what your marriage wedding day is going to be like, your wedding day is where you have invited lesser amount of people. This is not a very popular wedding. This might be something um, contractual. I mean, you are not even having a wedding party or a reception. It's not a celebration or party that is important, but the contract is really important with the papers over here. So for some of you, you might just have a contractual marriage, that is the registered marriage, and then you would just leave it be right now. Because maybe the priority is to take care of the whole family right now. Priority is marriage to be strong than that of the wedding day. Hmm. So if I can tell you what your future spouse's personality is like, they are really good at communicating. They are good at maintaining the relationship. They might be Taurus. Okay, the energy of Taurus is coming out really strong, but as there are Pentacles energy, this could also mean they are Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There's someone of you who, I don't know, I have sensed this energy from someone of you saying you would rather marry the earth sign than that of the air sign. This is completely up to you. This is your choice. But just to give the disclaimer, if your person is even the air sign, do not judge them by their sign, but judge them by their personality. Because this is not just about the ascendant or the sun sign, because the like every human being is having all types of signs on their birth chart. So, astrology is a deeper concept than that of just sun signs. And yes, it is still completely up to you. It's you who are manifesting your future spouse. So, you can definitely manifest who you would love to be with. Your future spouse is financially independent. They were financially independent right from their youngest age. They I won't be surprised if they have their own house by this time, or maybe they are living in the rent. I don't know. But they are completely independent and they do not need anyone. They are full of ideas, and they might be someone who is interested in business, or they might be someone who is doing business by the time that you meet them. They are not someone who works very well around the stress. They are not someone whom you can trust with the pressure. But on the contrary, when they are relaxed, they can do a lot more work than that of when they are stressed. When they are stressed, they just panic and they just shut down. That's one of their personality traits. There's um there's this additional message I'm receiving for you guys from these three cards. I would like to mention that. So the first card is Seven of Pentacles, and this has been rearranged right now. These are not the pile options that were before. And the second is the strength, along with the third, which is the hermit. Angels are saying, wait. Okay, this is all about our inner, um, maybe shadow work. If you're especially trying to do shadow work, this is the advice for you. Wait for some time. There will come a distraction. There will come something that is more important for you, and then your mind will be diverted, and you will feel light. You would feel more stronger than before, and once you do, you can do the shadow work. Yeah, this is the exact message I'm receiving. Hmm. Keep this over here. Okay, let's see if there's any other cards. Okay, we'll take some other cards from other decks. Let go. Let go mainly of the wish to do the shadow work right away, right now. Curly hair, gray eyes, abs, and or curvy. This is how your future spouse looks like. We'll take more cards for your future spouse's looks. The owl. We almost had a cow. Okay. You are meant to be, um, connected to the animals for some of you. And for others of you, you are meant to be, you know, having a spiritual journey or spiritual path. For some of you, you are having the strong urge to be rich, to be abundant in terms of materialistic wealth. And that's okay to have this desire. But if you're not able to have that, I'm sorry, this is the clear cut message that I'm receiving for a lot of you. If you're not able to have that right now, that's because that was not your destiny. Your destiny was something to do with animals, or maybe animals are your spirit guides helping you. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Either something to do with animals or something to do with, um, what can I say? Spirituality. Yeah. Chubby and traditional clothes in reverse. Okay. So we have certain messages, but let's take the zodiac signs first and then we'll explain what the other signs, other cards are telling me. While I'm shuffling, I would also love to let you know my guess of, you know, this relationship being a third party situation earlier is right because there are a lot of cards that this represent this thing, and I also took some clarifier for this one. I mean, for me, am I thinking it right? And the angel said yes in terms of yes or no cards with the help of Knight of Pentacles. There might be some age difference between you both. Virgo. Okay. As I said earlier, this person might be of these signs. 9 or 6. Okay. 30. L. Aries. Aries was also about to come in reverse. Okay, so. Okay. So, right off the bat, with the 6 that has come in reverse, I'm sensing that maybe a lot of you have had difference of opinion, fights, and also some of you may not have respected the other person's opinion. The very, very famous fight that we can see about the lesson actually that we can see about perception or something like that is through this image itself. There are two people standing on both of the end of the sides, and then there's this number 6 written on the downside. One person is saying it's 9, other person is saying it's 6. So, it's just a matter of perception. Both are right, and there's nothing that is wrong. And what angels are saying me from these cards, that is, I love you in reverse, thank you in reverse, and I have your back also in reverse. And by the way, at first I thought that maybe angels are silent. Just let me just clarify. Okay. Okay, so I have this news. I don't know how you're going to take it because it's not neither good nor bad. I have your back in reverse. Okay, it literally means that angels are not supportive of you trying to um, you know gain abundance. Okay, this is the sign of abundance but in reverse. So angels just want you to try to go for the spiritual path instead. That's the clarifier I just now what I took, I understood from that. Okay, we'll get to the part of your specific person later. Let's see the other parts, which is what is their looks, their initials. Okay, the numbers that I'm saying, it would be their number, life path number, or the angel number, which is 1331, is representing the mirror number. So you are seeing a lot of mirror numbers in your life. As I said earlier, 1111 and 555 might be the dominant numbers that you are seeing. K, W, L are the letters. Aries and Virgo is the zodiac sign. 30, 6, 13, 31, 23 might be significant numbers. They have deep dark eyes that almost gives you a little bit of red flag. I don't know, maybe you're scared of falling in love with this person, but then you do fall in love with this person and then you can't help it. So maybe that's what makes you feel that it's not a good sign that they have this beautiful eyes. But yes, they do have this deep, dark eyes. They might be someone who loves to wear lenses, or they have to wear lenses because they have specs. Um, they are not chubby. Okay, neither they are slim. They are kind of moderate in terms of physical attributes, physical weight, and They don't necessarily wear any types of traditional clothes. On the contrary, they are someone who likes to wear casual clothes. They are also not someone who believes in, you know, um, they are not someone who believes in fashion or something. They are not that modern, but when it comes to wearing any kind of clothes that represents themselves, they would rather wear something casual, like shirt and pant or something. I don't know. Maybe t-shirts or different graphic designs of t-shirts or something like that. But yeah, something that is unique, but something that completely defines themselves at the same time. And in terms of the other physical attributes, they might have gray eyes. Okay, so this is kind of contradictory. So that might mean for some of you they have deep dark eyes, for others of you they have gray eyes, or maybe they wear lenses of gray color. They have abs, or they work out a lot and their body is curvy, if they are women. Okay, depending on their gender or their preference. Okay, they might have curly hair as well. Oh, this is also represented over here. I don't know whether you can see it. This woman has curly hair. So yeah, these are the messages. Now, angels are asking you to let go of this person till the time this person doesn't realize that you are the cheerleader of their life. You were the big support system of their life, and they have taken you for granted. They have not appreciated you in their life as much as they should have. And once they do, they will naturally start to miss you. They will naturally want you back. Okay? Because there's a spark between you both. There's this feeling that you both know that you have, and you cannot deny it. It's just because I have this feeling that someone believes in touch wood or tap wood, whereas the other person do not believe in anything superstitious at all. So it's really minor that your differences are, that your opinions are different, but still it's something that has caused. That was also one of the reasons that you might have broken up. Obviously that's not the main reason, but that's one of the reasons that maybe a person wants to stay single or stay away from you because there are differences, and they believe, or maybe you believe, I don't know, it's someone's belief system. Okay, they believe that opinions should be same, values should be same, and if values are different, if opinions are different, then it's a red flag, then it's not a good partnership. So there's someone who believes in this thing. But yeah, and soon that you let go of this person, right, like don't accept them until they are grateful to you. The thank you is in reverse. Yeah, this is the word thank you, and this has come in reverse till the time that they are not grateful to you, and till the time that they do not confess that they love you. Okay, they do. They just I'm so sorry, but I don't know whether you would like to hear this about them. They Okay, if you do not like to hear anything wrong about your partner, you can just mute it for a little bit or take off your earphones. I'll give you a thumbs up, then you can get your earphones back on. What I'm sensing is this person is a little bit egoistic and arrogant to accept that this person have feelings for you, and it does not matter that the opinions are different. Okay, thumbs up. Here we go. This is over. I don't know, some people are sensitive to, they would rather not listen to anything wrong about the other person. So I thought that maybe some of you are like that. Okay, but there would come a time that they would come back. And also, this time, I'll tell you what, when you were someone who had their back, when you were someone who was their cheerleader, they were not someone for someone like that for you. I have your back is in reverse over here. That means they were someone who would just, you know, be with you, and that's it. Be with you and not appreciate that you are helping them. And I don't know what they were doing while they were in relationship with you. They were also not using you. If you were thinking like that, they were not even focused on that thing at all. What they were focused on is the difference of opinion and something like that. But yeah, till the time they do not have your back, till the time they do not appreciate you, until the time they do not confess that they are in love with you, let go of them. Let them go. Like, seriously, be single, live your life. And also, don't let them go because they would come back, but let them go like literally 100% from your heart. Just have this vision in your head that they are not coming back at all. That should be the basis of your letting go. Plan your marriage, plan your happy life in your particular, whatever you like, whatever you like. Plan your life without them. Okay, and there naturally would come a time, as I said earlier, in the background, this is happening. They understand that you have been a greater support system in their life. They miss you. And I have seen an Amazon Prime video movie recently. I don't remember the name. I wish I did. This that was exactly what happened. So, the story, I'll tell you the story. If anyone has seen that movie, do let me know the movie's name in the comments down below so others know. Um, so the story is there are two different couples who there's this guy whose girlfriend breaks up with him, and then there's this girl whose boyfriend breaks up with her, and then they both come together. They both decide and plan to um, get back their exes. Now once they have done that, that was their deal, and then the guy kind of left. But there was this brief moment where they both were talking to each other, and then they kind of the guy spoke about his deepest goal and desire to this girl, and then this girl did appreciate and encourage the guy to do that. um, and she was pleased to hear that some of the guy do exist who you know who cares about the old people, right? So now that was her appreciation. But on the contrary, he gets back to his girlfriend, and then he realizes his girlfriend has never supported him at all. He has never believed in him at all. You know what I mean? And then once he do understand that, he realizes that this is the girl who I cannot live without. This is the girl who I want. So he goes back to her. Um, yeah, so that is one thing that I see from your story as well. One of the things that I didn't like about that movie is how quickly the guy is like, okay, then bye. Um, Having this bye type of attitude towards the girl. It's just like almost it feels like a use and throw. And then, you know, wanting that thing from her again, wanting that support from her again, not because he's in love with her or something. So I personally didn't like that movie. I don't know why I'm saying that opinion, but then maybe it's the similar thing that you might have felt. maybe he did a use and throw, he or she, whoever your partner is, they did a use and throw with you. But trust me, they didn't use you. They were not using you on purpose. The person who uses you, right, they have this specific mindset that I want this thing from this person, and that's why, that's the main goal that they sought after. That's not the attitude of your ex. Your ex's attitude, like your ex almost didn't notice that you were supporting him. You know what I mean? Okay. Like in a way, he or she is a good person. I should stop saying the gender. They are a good person, your ex, but they just don't realize they have this weird belief system. That's it. They think that values, likes and dislikes should be matching, and there's no point being together or something. Everyone has different opinions about relationships, right? Like some people might believe that my person should be from my culture, my person should be from, from the same mentality of that of mine or something like that. This person has the similar belief system, and that's why this person's focus was mainly on this 6 and 9 type of thing, potato. Yeah, that kind of realization they would come under later on. And now that their focus has shifted, right? Later on, this is your future, right? Now that, I mean, like in future, when once their focus shifts, they would rather, like, it's obvious why you are the right person for them. Because, like, in terms of the weighing machine, if I give you an example, the weight of differences is not as much as that the weight of the support, I don't know whether, like, this is much more valuable than that of this. So even if this exists, even if differences exist, that is almost not important. And what is important is that you both are there for each other. And once they do realize that you were a big part of their support system, they would come back. I'll tell you what will happen. They will come back, and their attitude towards the date would be very gentlemanly. Okay. Now, if they are a man, this is a very specific message. Okay, if they are a man, they would, you know they would take the time to win your trust. Um uh, they would pay for the money. They would be chivalrous. So all that stuff. And it's like they would come back. It's them. It's so important that they should be coming around. You know what I mean? Because it's their inner world that has been shifted. And from you, don't expect them to, don't wish. I mean, yeah, sure, wish, but then also let go. Yeah. I would rather do that. It's more of a law of attraction. Wish that they have come into their senses, and then you both are in a happy, harmonious relationship, and then let it go. You can do that. Hmm. Now, once they do come back to you, what will change? I'll tell you. They will be more grateful towards you. They will be more thankful. Okay. These things are not getting focused. So I'll tell you from here only. They will be more grateful. They will appreciate and love you, and they would show you that they love you, or else they would tell you that they love you. Okay, they would say I love you a lot, and they would not say it in a small way. They would mean it, and they would do their best to have your back. They will do their 100% to do that, to have your back. Let's see what is their love language. How are they going to say that they are in love with you? Or yeah, that they love you. once you are in a relationship or before you are in a relationship. So goodbyes hurt. Okay. Okay, so this is their current energy or their future energy. Humble, they would be much more humble towards you. They would be much more like a gentleman. I try my best, as I said earlier. Okay, I try my best. Hug you in reverse, and you can see this hug you is in reverse, and believe your words against all is also in reverse. So this is the reason that you cannot approach this person. It's like, you know, you can't, like, it's not your words that they would believe in. It's their thought that they would believe in. It's they who has to feel this thing. They who has to go through this transformation. And I don't think I showed you this one. Goodbyes hurt. And also humble. They would be more humble towards you. They will be more. Their love language is not through touch and through words. That's what I sensed earlier. But yeah, that's why I needed these clarifiers. So their love language is when they are being grounded, when they are like they would rather settle with you, they would rather be with you, they would be and they would have a quality time with you. Yeah, their love language might be quality time, and they are trying their best to give the act of service to you. Your love language is act of service. And if you do not know what is love languages, you can see it on YouTube or Google. Everything has this information. Okay, so this was it for you guys. I'm really happy for you guys. Especially for those who, I mean, I don't know. I didn't sense a lot more energy of new person coming into your life. So if you do have a specific person, let me know in the comments down below. And if if you were thinking especially that this person was using you or something, and if you did understand that they were not, do let me know in the comments down below. I would love to know that, okay? Because um, this is not the energy of someone using the other person. This person is is they are different. Their perception was different. They were not thinking. Um, yeah, I don't know. They were not thinking the way you were thinking. I think I would say that. I don't know. I hope you understood. Let me know in the comments down below, okay? All in all, they are just not that type of a person who would, use anyone. And they are also naive. Um, I mean, they don't understand the other person's feelings, what they might be going through or something. Um, yeah, unless the other person verbalizes it to them. And even if you do verbalize, they might be confused. As in, no, I don't understand. Why are you hurt? They are a little bit naive like that. Okay, so this was it. I would be shuffling the cards for the last time. And if you do need any type of personal reading, file number 4, let me know in the comments. Sorry, not in the comments, sorry. Um, in the description where my email ID is there. And for you guys, wrapping it up, we have the lovers. So lovers is a good positive omen in terms of true genuine love. Let me just assure you once again, you don't need to think about it right now. All you can think about right now is yourself, your spiritual growth, and you can let go. Okay, bye.